Flippy Wig. I'm Max, and I'm really happy to welcome two of the stars from new movie Get Duked. I have Lewis and Viraj.
Hey.
Are you going to do like the horns? Yes.
Start! Okay, roll call.
Duncan McDonald.
Dean Gibson. DJ Beetroot.
Can I have your real name?
Just that third one down there. William de Beauvoir.
William.
Oh!
What did you tell
Told
him?
him to go fuck himself.
Oh, nice.
For you to have had a film released on Friday and then go straight back to work the next day at Tesco's, did you feel a little bit like this is insane? My life is just like, what is going on?
I felt like I had like split personality, like I was living two lives at the same time. It was weird. I like on the day of the film, because I went to work on the day of the film, I had to turn my phone off because it's like, I won't work, I can't do it, I'll cry, I'll break down, and I'll be like, this isn't meant to be happening. But you just get on with it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that like the one thing I can't personally stand, to be honest, is a lot of actors were like, oh no, COVID's delayed me, I'm not going to do anything, I'm just going to sit and complain. I'm like, well, why do that? Do something. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're able-bodied, you might as well do something. So I thought, might as well.
Yeah. Well, no, more power to you. I had a whole load of people on the podcast last week that have just done a film called Host, and it's brilliant. I don't know if you guys, have you watched it?
I've not watched it, but I know someone in that.
I saw your interview for it.
Yeah, well, good. Oh, Lewis, you and me are going to be mates. I love you supporting already.
Do research.
I follow you.
Okay.
I'll follow after.
We're all friends. But listen, Viraj, even going to you with what Lewis has just said, the guys from Host were saying to me, the director took 10 years to get to that point where he's made all these indie films and then he has this huge moment. But also, we spoke about being in lockdown and people in our industry feeling creatively like, there's nothing we can do, it's not fair. And they were like, if you put that aside and you put your ego aside, you'll do whatever it takes to pay your bills. And you can still do the acting thing. So I completely commend you, and I agree with you, Lewis. But for you, Viraj, as well, how much of a contrast is your life at the moment?
I don't know, man. There's something about, like, it's just almost a relief of getting it out there. Because, you know, we did this a couple of years ago, and almost telling your friends and your family that you went away to Scotland for 6 weeks to do a feature film. And then as the years go by, they're like, are you sure you went to do a film? You wasn't just like a night out, like a pub crawl for 6 weeks? And you're like, no, I swear I did a film. And, you know, they're all waiting to see it. And so it was nice to have that moment to share your work, because a lot of my friends who came to my house on Friday to watch it, they came to see my first school play, you know, in my high school when I was in Hairspray, and you know, they watched me since then. They've seen me grow and evolve and just kind of follow my dream, and they've seen me when things haven't been going great, and now it's almost like not full circle, but they've seen this kind of what is so far the pinnacle of my acting career.
Who are you?
Ian.
I'll meet you at the campsite at 6 p.m.
Be careful, you don't want to get lost in the Highlands. There's danger everywhere.
Hello, boys!
Is that the Duke of Edinburgh?
I didn't know what to expect. I knew that it was like these four guys. I saw the trailer and I was like, all right, this sounds like they're up there having a party. They're just going wild. But I think Ninian, the director, and there were so many underlying, like, different things that are happening right now in our world, whether it's classism, racism, generational, like, issues, like where older people don't understand young people, or young people feel like older people don't get them. And I think he snuck all of those things in, which I hope people get as well when they watch all the noise and the music and the fun. Lewis, like, for you, when you were like shooting and you made this film, how did you feel? Like, what was the experience like for you?
Well, it was kind of mental, because the only kind of thing I did before this, acting professionally wise, was I did like tiny cameo in Trainspotting 2 as a drug dealer, and I had no lines. But for some reason I got credited as an actor, so that was weird. And then to go from that to like one of the four leads in a film, it's like, oh, this is mental. So it was a bit of a crazy like ride. Every single day was like so different and so weird, and the weather would change. It was midges, loads of rain. One day of hot summer where I was dying in like a full workman jacket. It was absolutely crazy.
Run! He nearly killed us!
We got your weapons.
We're doomed.
I'll make a bomb.
Where's the explosion?
Yeah, the whole point of a bomb
And you got to play a character as well, Lewis, like Duncan. He's that kind of, it must be for an actor a dream to play somebody so like out there that can do what the hell he wants. He has no rules. He's crazy as hell. Did you relish in playing him and just like thought, I'm going to live out all my fantasies through this crazy character?
Yeah, I'm quite scarily like Duncan as a person. I'm very much like Duncan as a person. So a lot of actors, like, I feel like there's not much acting required. I just got to play like a weirder version of myself, and I get to really relish in that like role where I didn't have to worry too much about, oh, do I need to do more? Do I need to put in more effort? Do you know what I mean? I just had to play kind of like a weird hybrid version of myself, and it would work.
Mr. Carlisle!
So you and Sam were obviously not from the Highlands, and you're there with these two. Were they like ripping into you all the time, or like you two? Was it like 2 versus 2 sometimes, or it's like, oh, you lot don't know?
No, I remember there was one part where there was a thistle in the ground. I remember this, and
Oh yeah.
and Ryan was like, "Oh my god, look, it's a thistle! It's like so symbolic of Scotland." And me and Sam would take the piss when they just kicked it. And he wasn't too happy about that. And then me and
we were both like, you can't do that! You can't do that!
Sam was just like, England. But actually, do you know what? It was funny because actually, during we had this 2-week rehearsal / team bonding week, and I thought I really wanted to go to a Celtic game, football match. Yeah. So on the day, it was the first game of the season, and I managed to get 2 tickets. And I phoned Sam, who was literally downstairs in his hotel. I was like, "Do you want to go? I've got 2 tickets." And he was like, "Sick, let's do it." So we went, and we're sitting in the Celtic end, obviously, to watch, the Celtic game. And the away team was Hearts, and they're like they've got like this British patriotic sort of affiliation. So English affiliation. So at one point they started singing like Rule Britannia in the away end, and where me and Sam were sitting, all these Scottish people were just like, "Why don't you go and fuck off back to England then?" And me and Sam looked at each other and was like, "Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Don't speak. Let's just stay quiet. Stay quiet."
Never seen a matter before. I'm homeschooled.
This is our #1 case now.
Here, take some of these. You'll feel fucking invincible.
Without spoiling for people and giving away too many spoilers, you're all trying to get your Duke of Edinburgh. Some of you really don't care. You've been forced by your teachers, and you're going through the Highlands, and you're literally experiencing the worst type of stuff that could happen to get something that most of you don't even want. You're chased and hunted down by the Duke and Duchess, and the Duke is Eddie Izzard. Firstly, don't hate me, but their outfits were so good. They had the best outfits, guys.
They did. Wow. I wanted one of the tweed jackets. I was so mad I didn't get one.
Lewis, the whole get-up, it was just like, oh my god, look at them. They look incredible.
I disagree. I disagree with that.
Really? What, all white? You're all white.
I like their jackets.
I think that's the best looking outfit, all white. With the Air Maxes, you've got a cap, my own 654 brand with a gold Skepta jumper. Oh my god.
Your generation, you're always complaining, always saying you are the victim.
Fuck off, Grandad!
There's a lot of underlying like points and topics that Ninian has touched on in this film that sometimes the noise, the fun, all that stuff, people can get lost in it. But he does make you think about the way older people relate to younger people, the class system, the way also black and brown people are stereotyped by the police. There's so many things that we're all talking about right now that he kind of subtly touches on in the film. How did you feel about stuff like that, knowing that it was going to also handle some more kind of, I guess, important topics?
Yeah, I thought it was quite brave of him, to be fair, because like you got to like really, have the kind of balls to do that kind of stuff, especially in this world where everything is quite PC and but like humor works in so many ways. So it's like you've got to either really go for it or just not do it, touch it at all. But it's reality and it's fact, and if you can't make fun of ridiculous things or terrible things and put it into satire and make you think about it, then you don't really have a message, and it kind of leaves gaps in the film. So like, I think even the idea of like the police not knowing what a hip hop CD, that means like, oh no, there's a gang of like black terrorists or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like just ridiculous stuff like that. But it's such a satire of what like police can be like. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's quite bold of him to do that, and for it to come out in 2020. Yeah, it's very brave, but I think very relevant. So I applaud him for that.
Yeah, no, completely. And Viraj, like, favourite bit, was it just making friends with these 3 other young actors that now you've all become, like, your group chats must be insane, but, pardon?
You're saying that's my favourite bit?
Is it the group chats with these?
No,
Yeah.
God no, absolutely not.
Oh,
No. Just
I
Lewis.
like them.
We spent like 7 hours together doing some press last week, and I was in the room with Lewis, the virtual room, so I had to listen to him talk for 7 hours. We get off the call. Next thing I know, in the group chat, he's sending voice notes. I was like, Lewis, I've just listened to you talk for 7 hours. I don't want to hear another 2 minutes of your fucking voice. So
It's a force of habit. They're funny. They're funny. They're so funny and stupid. I love them.
They're so funny that Lewis sends another one going, ha 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 ha.
You won't get away with this.
We always do.
Let's finish this.
Going away on this adventure with 3 other like-minded people who were there to have fun, to produce something incredible, and to really commit to their characters and the work as well, and also to meet Ninian. I mean, what a blessing that was. I'm excited that the world's getting introduced to him. I really am.
Yeah.
Like, for him to, where do you even concoct this bloody storyline of, you know, it's felt every time we're going on set, like every day felt like a different genre in a film, and then you get to like halfway through and there's a music video and you're just like, who the hell thinks of something like this?
Yeah.
Even
Like
that.
go from. Sorry, go on.
In his debut feature, this is debut. I'm so excited to see where he goes from here, and you know, what sort of roles he has to offer us as well. You know, so
and he goes from, like, you know, there's this really heartfelt, emotional scene with the 4 boys, and then earlier there's a rap about a dick, and it's like that shouldn't work in a film, but somehow he makes it work.
Yeah, no, I agree, and it's just really interesting that the funding came from Americans, which is like insane for me to think about. But
Scotland were being rude and did not like it, and we're like, we need years.
I don't think everyone knows this. Tobey Maguire produced this.
Yes, one of the execs. But
I didn't know that until, like, I was going on the way up to Scotland the first day. Ryan was telling me, oh, by the way, Tobey Maguire is our producer, and I was like, shut up, man, no, it's not. And I didn't believe anyone until we got the call sheet on the first day, and it said exec producer Tobey Maguire, and I was like, you, Lewis, I was like, it must be someone else called Tobey Maguire.
Literally, that's what I thought.
I just thought, so no way. And then the second to last day, we're doing some scene, and it's raining heavily, so we're having to just, like, we're taking a break, we're sitting in the minivan. You see we had to stop because a few people were, coming, walking their dogs, riding bikes, so we had to stop and let them go. So we stopped and we saw some guy with an umbrella walking, and we were like, okay, it's just a pedestrian coming past. And as he's getting closer, he's got like knitted Nike shoes on. I was thinking,
like some nice Nikes, yeah.
Comes to the Scottish Highlands when it's pouring down in mud and like cow shit in like some nice knitted Nikes. And then as he gets closer, you're thinking, that's Spiderman with a beard. Absolutely not.
And it was.
Hi, I'm Tobey. Nice to meet you. And I was like, oh, hi, Tobey. I'm Viraj. You kind of cast me in this.
Oh, I love he was there. Lewis, what were you like when you met him? Did you behave or did you just go nuts?
Well, it was kind of freaky. When we went for the dinner later on, he had one of his friends with him, and I kind of stole her fork by accident, and then ate from her fork. And she was like, "You just stole my fork." And I was like, "Oh, sorry."
I didn't mean it. And I was like, looking at Tobey like, "Please don't kill me."
Holy shit!
Nothing ever happens in the Highlands.